Hello and welcome back to our garden. It's going to be one of those days today where we get a bit of sunshine and a few spots of rain. So it's a good time to be getting on with some jobs in the greenhouse and the polytunnel. So I can see Mrs. W has beaten me up here because the strings have all gone and the apparatus that holds it all up. So thank you for that. And of course today's video is all about preparing your greenhouse for the winter. Although all the harvest came late this year, we did actually get a really good harvest. We've still got plenty to pick now. We're going to take the harvest that we can. The green tomatoes, I think Mrs. W is going to make some chutney. And those that are left can go onto the compost heap. And those that are almost there, we shall take those down to the house to ripen. So the first thing we need to do is to actually start to harvest what we want. Chilies have been absolutely fantastic this year, Mrs. W.
We have had a really successful crop with those, haven't we?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And these plants were overwintered, weren't they?
The ones on this side of the greenhouse, yes they were, along with the peppers that are on this side of the greenhouse. They were all overwintered in our spare bedroom last year, weren't they? There's a bit of a jungle in there for a while, but well worth it.
Yeah, and I think it's not untrue to say our harvest is probably up 500%, isn't it?
Yes.
Easily five times more chilies than we had.
Yeah, we've had a lot of chilies off these, and okay, there's still some green ones on there, but we will be harvesting the green ones as well today, and because you can use them green, they're fine. And most of these I'll just pop into the freezer hole after I've just given them a wash over and dry, and just take them out as and when I need them over the winter.
Fantastic. Can you do much with that one, Mrs. W? Is that a chilli or a cherry?
Could be a cherry, a cherry chilli, or a
hot
chili
cherry sauce.
Some of these plants have got flowers on still, haven't they? I was just looking, the little one on that where you've just been harvesting there's a little flower, and there's another one on this pepper plant, so they're still trying to keep going.
They most certainly are.
Well, that's an amazing harvest of chilies there, Mr. W. And I can see you've started on the peppers as well.
Have indeed.
Yeah.
And just like the chilies we just saw, these plants were overwintered, and exactly the same as the chilies, the harvest has been sort of fivefold on what we had the year before, but they've also been much bigger, haven't they?
They have, yes, yeah. Much better size, really.
And I do think that the overwintering process just helps them to get started quicker, and you get the fruits much quicker, and you do get them much longer. So they're not spending their time after coming out of their pots as tiny plants trying to get roots down and find all the nutrients they want. They're ready to go.
Look at all those vibrant colours. I just love peppers. They're so, I don't know, pleasing to the eye, I think is what I'd say.
Yes.
And I'm going to freeze most of these. Some of them I'm also going to slow roast in the oven, and then cool and store in a jar of olive oil.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Last of all, we need to harvest the remaining tomatoes.
I think you need another basket.
That's the harvest, Mrs. W.
They look really good, considering they were late to start ripening, the tomatoes. We haven't got too many green ones. There's enough to make some nice chutney, but we also have a good amount of, and we have had a good amount of red ones too, so
Yes.
yeah, brilliant.
Yes. Lots of preserving to do.
Yes, freezing, preserving. I love this time of year because there's always so many different vegetables and things that, you know, if we can preserve them, will take us through the winter and indeed until we start to get the fruits again next year.
Oh yes. Now, I'm going to take these down to the house. And the next job is to actually start clearing the greenhouse. They're all safely back in the house. So, let's have these plants out here. And, well, us being no dig, what we do like to do is to leave as many of the roots in the soil as possible, because they will just rot down. So, the majority of those roots are still in there. And all you have to do is unwind your string or whatever else you had, because you could have used some sort of thin wire, really, couldn't you? So it's really simple. And then your string is there for next season. And all I do is to just chop these up round about this length, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to be shredding these so they become nice and smaller, because some nice woody stems plus some green, which is really great for your compost. Tomato plants really are a great item to add to your compost. Now, if you don't have a shredder, I'd probably, like I did on the video before, sort of get them down to that sort of stage, and then they'll begin to rot down. You could even tap them with a hammer like I did before, just to open it up and expose the surface area more, and they'll break down really nicely.
I think on one of the comments that we got from that video, somebody said that they simply ran over the pile with their lawnmower, and the lawnmower chops it up, which is a good idea, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, that would be a really good thing to try, because we actually do that with the wood chips sometimes, don't we, to help break that up, is to run the lawnmower over. So yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Tomatoes, they're now out, and the next thing to do is to turn our attention to the sweet peppers and the chili peppers. You saw earlier in the video just what our harvests were like. Nice large peppers, full of colour. The chilies, many chilies. And actually, what we harvested today, we easily harvested the same again, if not more, over the last couple of months, haven't we?
Definitely, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I made all that chili jam and things, you know, put peppers into the sauces and things, so yes.
So for us, it really works. If you can and you've got the space, you're going to take the time and the trouble to overwinter these plants. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dig them up, loosen them so I can pull them up. You see just how much those roots have established. Take most of the old soil off, get as much of the old soil off as you can, and for now, I'm going to keep them in this bucket of water. Now, if you would like to know how to overwinter these plants, then do watch out for a future video that will be coming out very soon, where we show you step by step how you can prepare these to overwinter. So if you do want to know exactly how we do this, and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then do subscribe, and then you'll be notified as and when we upload our videos. Now the next thing that you need to be doing is to give the greenhouse a good wash inside and out, so that anything that you want to grow in there can get the maximum light. Now, of course, it goes without saying that if you're not going to be putting anything into your greenhouse over the winter period, you can always leave this for a little longer. You know, it's not that necessary if you're not going to be growing anything in here, but it is good practice to get it out of the way. You never quite know what's lurking and hiding amongst the panes of glass.
You just put a little bit of washing up liquid into the water, don't you? Just to help it.
Yeah,
along.
just a bit of mild detergent. That's all it is, Mrs. W. Oh, it does look absolutely fantastic now.
It looks so much sharper, doesn't it? It is. It's lovely.
And any light that we do get over late autumn and winter, this is going to be able to maximise. And then the last thing I need to do to prep this for winter is to put some compost on it from our compost heap. And it's completed. It's been about, must be about a good 4 hours work here really, from start to finish, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And we can see through the glass, the sunlight can poke its head through. So a good mulch of our homemade compost. And it's now all ready to plant into whatever we want. We have got one or two things that we want to plant in there, so that will be the next job. But that's it for today. Let us know your winter greenhouse regime. What do you do? Do you do the same as us? Do you actually plant things in your greenhouse like we're going to? Do let us know in the comments down below. And we shall see you next time.